Longtime viewers of the channel know I had a Tiger 1050 and loved it. I only sold it because I moved out of the USA. Longtime viewers will also know I had a Street Triple, which I'm going to pretend I didn't for the sake of this video and not taint this with that. And longtime viewers can tell you I'm not going to talk about that Street Triple in the comments of this video. You can go see what's left of that playlist if you're interested. But this bike, for several reasons, is actually worth me getting into. First, I have a Transalp 750. I'm enjoying it quite a bit because it can let me try dirt riding. I haven't decided yet how much I really like dirt riding. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's just really not for me. But what's really not for me is when people said the Transalp handles great on the street, it doesn't. It handles great for a bike with a 21-inch front wheel. But compared to any proper sport tourer, it just isn't there. And I'm still much more of a street rider. And all the sacrifices that come to my street riding, I don't know if it's actually worth it. Now, the bike I always say maybe I should have got that is the Tracer 900 GT Plus. Now, if we ignore the plus feature with the adaptive cruise, comparing this new Tiger to the Tracer 900 GT, the Tiger looks better in my opinion. It just looks so much better. And it has cruise control. If it didn't have cruise control, I wouldn't have this video to make. The next big thing that's also subjective, my favorite color is yellow. A goldish yellow, actually. You can see why I'm making this video. This bike was too good to ignore. And as far as European bikes, usually Triumphs are more reliable, and the quirks are usually not too bad. Again, ignoring what I've experienced. But why would I pick this over the known quantity that is a Yamaha Tracer? Well, first let's talk brakes. I personally have never been on a Triumph motorcycle and thought, yeah, but if the brakes could be just that little bit more. It's going to have class-leading brakes, or at least better brakes than I am a rider, which I couldn't necessarily say for the Tracer. Next, the Tracer did feel a little bit like a computer was doing everything. I've ridden many Triumphs, and even with the rider aids, I never felt like the computer was doing it for me. The sound of a Triumph is amazing, and let's talk the suspension. One great thing you can expect from Triumph, they will not sacrifice performance in suspension. They'll make it as comfy as they can for something like a sport tourer, but it will perform. And an issue I'm having with my Transalp right now is, do I upgrade the suspension, or do I accept that once again, I've bought a Japanese bike that needs so much love to catch up with a stock European bike? I'm sure for a lot of people the dash is not going to be as modern as you might need, but I actually prefer simple and lean towards it. And if we're comparing to the standard Tracer 900 and Tracer GT, everything looks better. And the simplicity of the riding modes can be quite nice. Just set what you want and get what you want. But overall, just looking at this Triumph, the adjustable windscreen seems like it will adjust up and forward in a meaningful way. And that's something that the Tracer doesn't do. It just comes closer towards you. And I've never noticed a difference, how loud it is, how awful it is. The seat, bit stiff, it's fine, but this looks like a sport bike I can hang off of, not just a comfy tourer. So since there's no prices yet in Japan, if I was to assume it's competitive with the Tracer 900 GT, I would definitely pick this over that because it's similar specs and it just looks so much better. It looks and feels so much more premium, I am sure, based on the Tiger 600 Sport. And it has that side exhaust, so you can do that simple little cheap Amazon special exhaust if you wanted a deeper sound. You don't need to buy a full system. But again, being a Triumph, I'm sure it won't need an exhaust. But in all honesty, I'm not in a position to afford a bike right now. But I will say, just to interject a bit of my personal life, if I was to ignore my rider experience in Japan and all that, sometimes we talk about what would we do if we leave Japan? Because unsurprisingly, Japan's not always a perfect paradise. So if I was to go back to the States or Europe, would I keep a Transalp or what would I get? And honestly, if I'm not going to spend time playing in the dirt on my Transalp, this is probably the first and last pick based on the bikes that exist right now today. So a video that I'm trying not to let get too long, Yeah, this is the only bike I've seen in years that would really convince me, you know, Japanese reliability isn't worth the performance sacrifice. And most Triumphs are not that unreliable. So yeah, I would probably be considering buying this bike. But we'll see what test rides look like. And again, please don't be waiting for me to review everything that comes out for eicma, but a real quick nod to Triumph. Thank you for putting cruise control on the Trident 660. I don't understand why other manufacturers, especially Japanese manufacturers, require us to buy a bigger, more cumbersome bike for a very simple feature. So thank you, Triumph, and we'll see what the future looks like. And to the viewer, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think this content's worth viewing. Otherwise, don't do any of that. But till next time, this has been Kairyu Rider.